Hey guys, welcome to Behind the Scenes Live. Whoa, there has been so much that has happened since last week since I was here with you. So pop in, say hi. You might have seen I left a message. I'm getting over a little bit of a cold, and meaning, yes, I've quarantined myself because if you're sneezing or coughing anywhere, I don't want to get people sick. Number one, but everyone's so freaked out anyway. So I have been home since I saw you last Wednesday. We were supposed to fly. I canceled my flights because I knew that if I was sneezing on a plane, this is even before this whole thing exploded, but I canceled the flight and I'm so glad I did because everything is just a little bit off. So today I thought, hey, you know what? We're stuck home, all of us. I have some really fun things for you over the next few weeks. In fact, I was just talking to someone at Brother that were like, hey, you know what? All these kids are home. The families are home. And actually, there's a lot of positive things that can come out of something so dark and so negative in our lives. So one thing, I know I told all of you that I'm a little sick. I'm losing my voice a little bit. So hopefully you can hear me. And I have a couple guests joining me today to help with the talking. And now that I'm on the mend, otherwise I would have been live every day this week. We have such a great community, so why not share some positive things going on? One of them being, for those of you that have families, especially with young children, I hear so many times that I don't have time, we don't have time, there's too many sports, there's all these things. Now you're stuck home together. So we'll joke, here's a joke for you, and I am kidding, but my brother said either in December of 2020, there's going to be a mass amount of new babies born, or 2020 is going to be the largest year for divorces. And you know I'm totally kidding, but I thought that was like the funniest thing. You got to have a good sense of humor here. But anyways, at least we have time for our families now. And you know what? Hopefully this never happens again, but enjoy it. Make the best of it. So I have a few guests joining us today. I see Janet popped into the lobby, so I'll be bringing her up. And also, Susan Fisher is going to call in. I have a few outfits, and mark your calendar. Starting next week, we are going to be doing a sew-along every day, and a lot of it is going to be geared towards children. So on Saturday, here's your calendar thing. I never do things on Saturday, but you know what? Let's do this on Saturday. Since we can't be in a big group, let's get thousands of us together online virtually. So Saturday, 12 o'clock, and I will give you more information later, but 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we are going to do, you can call it what you want. Well, us Wolfpackers call it the sip and sew, but that could be tea or whatever. I'll be drinking a lot of tea. We are going to do for kids pajama pants. Easiest thing, I'm going to teach you how to make your own pattern. We're going to sew along, all doing it live. So gather your kiddos up. And you know what? By the way, if you don't have kids, I'm actually making these for myself since I've sat home for an entire week. That's pretty much all I'm wearing right now. Now, I don't call mine pajama pants. I call mine workout pants, even though they're not working out much. But I will show you how to do this, how to do the waistband. It'll be a couple of hours, sew along. So anybody can join. It'll be totally free. And it will all be live. So mark your calendar. I will send more information tomorrow, but that's your little, and Saturday, I know a lot of you, well, we're off every day now, aren't we? I know. So, hey, before I get started, Joe Vecchiarelli is on the phone. I'm going to bring him up. And I also see that Janet is live in the lobby, so I'll bring her up in just a second. I wanted to call Joe because you all saw that he was on the road driving back from Florida. So Janet, if you can hear me, you just hang out there for a sec. I'm going to bring you live as soon as I hang up with Joe. I just talked to Joe, and he is in San Antonio. And he was telling me the story how he was in Atlanta, but I'll let him tell the story. Remember, I'm trying to save my voice for Saturday. Hey, there you go, Yvette. Leisure pants, workout pants, something comfy to sit home in for like 2 weeks, like that. Walk on the treadmill, walk outside. And by the way, I forgot, if you've never been here before, say hi. I'm live streaming on Facebook and YouTube, so you can leave a comment and I can see them all and say hi to all your Wolfpack friends. And by the way, I want to welcome all of the new members from Norway. Karina, my goodness gracious, girl, you must have brought the entire country to the Wolfpack. And thank you. We love you all. All right, let's call Joe. make sure that you can hear him okay. Hold on a sec. And you guys will have to give me the heads up if you can hear him.
Hello.
Hey, Joe.
Hi, Angela. How are you?
Good. I'm just making sure I have this loud enough. Can y'all hear Joe? Joe, okay? Say hi to Joe Vaccarelli.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me?
Everybody's saying yes, they can hear you. I'm bringing as loud as I can. They're saying hello to you. So, Joe, where in the world are you? We watched Atlanta got canceled, which I have Janet in the waiting room. I'm going to bring her live here as well because she was there with you. And then they canceled the show. Tell us what happened.
So we were in Atlanta. So we did the pre-day, and then we did Thursday, which was opening day. And then after Thursday, we got word Thursday night that things were getting critical. And I had talked to the show director, and he said to me that there's a very good chance that the show would cancel as of Friday. And sure enough, on Friday morning when I came to the show, he notified everybody the show would be canceled at Friday at 5 o'clock. And everybody had to be vacated out of the convention center by 9 p.m. or 10 o'clock that night. And unfortunately, I had a class. You know, there were several other classes that were happening on Friday night. And once everybody heard the situation that it was critical, everybody just wanted to pack up and leave, of course. I don't blame everybody. However, my class that I had on Friday night, I decided that I was there and I would go forward and teach my students that I was allowed by the convention services as well as the show director. And we came to an agreement that I could teach that class that night. And I did. And not only was I teaching my class, we took on many other students from the other classes that were canceled that evening. So my class kind of exploded that night, which I was glad to do because it was kind of taking a lot of things off people's mind.
Definitely.
And the same time, which was working out really well. And then Alfredo, of course, packed up the convention center solely that evening. He was done by 10, and we kind of were done by the same time. And we had a full meeting and decided we had another problem, that we were supposed to go to Lakeland, which was canceled, but we also had a 20-person pre-day class down at Lakeland, and we had all the body form for the pre-day sent down to the hotel that we selected to do this year. Normally it would go to the convention services, but it went to our hotel.
You had all those dress forms going to your
That's
hotel.
okay.
I cannot even imagine, with all this going on, what the hotel people were thinking.
Well, it worked out. Actually, it was really ironic that we had stayed at the Hampton Inn down there in Lakeland, and we were not aware of it, but the person we were speaking to, he was very accommodating. He gave us the conference room. He gave us anything we wanted to make this all happen. And he looked like a simple guy, nice guy. We conferred with him. And we were able to distribute all 20 body forms out of that Hampton Inn over 2 days.
Oh my gosh.
And then when we left there that night, that day, the lady at the desk said, "Do you know who the individual was that helping you?" I said, "I didn't know his name was Mike. He's the owner of the Hampton Inns." And I said, "Oh my God, I would never know
Excuse
it."
me.
So he helped us out. And then at the same time, I was down in Florida. We had I was working back in Los Angeles because I was doing the show with NBC Universal for A World of Dance, and they closed the NBC Universal down, and that show had to be broken down immediately. Well, as soon as hats off to her, But there's always that wondering, is she going to bring it home? And
oh gosh, hey Joe, hold on 1 second. I think we lost our sound for a sec. Hold on 1 minute.
Okay.
All right, I think we're back. You know what? I hit a sound. Is it back, you guys? Okay. I hit that because I didn't want to cough into everybody's face. I know I should be using my elbow, but it's just me here, so I can cough however I want to. But, okay, Joe, you're back. They missed the part about your wife, though.
So, yeah, so she's there she's working at the hospital doing swabbing and stuff. And, she's good with it. She says, Joe, this is all, I'm going to Mass every day before I go to do this, and I know I got to do what's right for us, and that's what we do as physicians in the medical field, where we don't think about us, we have to think about the patient, and this is what we do. And it's very stressful. And so, anyways, I'm going home to that, so that's another whole situation. But I will be isolating myself when I get home because I don't know what we were up against at the convention center.
Oh, I know. You have like a little bit of a cough too. But it's freaky because the same symptoms for what I have. And Janet's up here now. Hey, Janet.
Hi.
Janet was in Atlanta where you were as well. And, the thing is like, I get this all the time. It's like an allergy or the flu or something like that. But now we're so freaked out about it. But I'm absolutely not going out. I have not been to a grocery store. I haven't been anywhere for a whole week, and I'm not going to, just because you never know. I mean, of course, I'll get tested eventually, but they say if you don't have a fever, which I don't have, is one of the main symptoms.
Hello.
With your wife like that, oh my gosh, that's tell your wife to stay safe, and you stay safe.
Absolutely. And you know what? And I like to say to all the audience out there, you know what? This is a trying time for America. For the next 2 weeks, we all need to hunker down. Stay home, sew if you can, just sew in your own sewing room. What a great time to do that. And don't go out because we don't want to get this. And it treats everybody differently, just so you know, from my wife. It's not just the older people. They're finding out that the younger people now hit differently and even critically. So we all need to think about the unknown of this. And the safest thing is to be home and not get this, and let's get over that large curve that they're talking about. So we're hoping that will subside in the next 2 weeks, so we get us into April. And who knows? Like she says, they think they're going to have the vaccine and potentially even a medication for this that they already have proven. So I don't know that though. But this is just stuff that I'm hearing from the outside from her and everybody else.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, stay safe to everybody, and hopefully we'll all cross roads soon.
Well, you and Alfredo drive carefully. I hope you make it back soon. I know the whole Wolfpack saw your comments about how you went all the way to Florida and then back, and we were just hoping that you were doing well. We wanted to say hi, and also please, everyone says, tell your wife thank you for her work. And hopefully you guys all stay safe.
Absolutely. And likewise to you, Angela, and to everybody out there. And let's all talk soon and be safe, everybody, okay?
All right. Thanks, Joe. Thanks for popping in and filling us in. Everyone, the Wolfpack says hello to you. You can't see all their comments, but they love you.
I know. Hello back to everybody. All right.
All right. Bye. And bye to Alfredo. Hey, Janet.
Hello, how are you?
Good. Sorry for that glitch. I started coughing and I hit the mic off, but I didn't realize, of course, common sense would tell me that Joe's on my mic. So we all went silent for like 10 minutes. So how are you? And you were in Atlanta. All of you that don't know Janet, this is Janet. Hello, hello.
Hi.
So
can you hear me? I have on a mic. Okay.
I think it's great. Can you all hear her? I think it's great. everybody says everybody's got the crud. I know. And it's like, well, I'm just staying in because until I do get tested, which I will, to make sure, I don't want to give even the flu to people. And I guess you don't even think about stuff like that. But how is Atlanta besides it getting kicked out of?
It was a lot of fun. I did. I walked around and bought a lot of material waiting on your patterns to come out, and bought some of the things Joe recommended. Some pins that he uses on $30,000 dresses. So I guess I can use it on my little self-made things.
Okay, so what pins were those? Are they silk?
No, they're iron away, but he said they're much better than friction pins.
Oh, that's a good tip.
Yes. So it's, I was trying, and then I bought some other chalk that he recommended. So
he always has good advice. It's going to be so weird not having, well, first of all, for Atlanta to get canceled, it was like, whoa.
Yes.
And that's, for all the vendors that set up, I just can't even, but at the same time, all this was going on, I'm big into fishing, and they had a big boat show here, and they closed that convention center down. I thought, and now, so obviously the event that I have coming up in St. Louis, that's been moved. I'm trying to be proactive on any events to move them ahead, because even when if this all gets like toned down in a month, we're still going to be freaked out about getting on a plane and things like that.
Right.
Which hopefully, I was encouraged though to see how they're cleaning the planes. I hope they keep doing that forever, because it turns out they have a better filter system than my house.
Yes, it is very scary, but it's an important industry. So
it is. So, hey, do you have any inspiring stories or any sewing stories you want to share with Wolfpack, since you're live on everybody right now?
I'm very excited. I got my sewing machine back yesterday. It's been gone for a little over a week, so I've very much missed it. So once I finish work, I have my office at home.
Oh, look at that.
So I've been finishing up so I could watch the live today, and then I'm going to do some sewing to catch up from being gone for a week.
So you can help me, because for those of you that don't know Janet has, we've been part of the Angela Wolf Patterns group forever, and you are like everyone, I think Amy just wrote here, the fastest sewer ever. Like when this comes out, you are on it. But, and you always help me with feedback though, which is so appreciative. So the 4 dresses are just about ready to launch at the end of the week. And I'm trying to come up with, I'm doing some things. We have the Fashion Sewing Club live tomorrow, which you're part of, and we do a lot of fun stuff there. But I was trying to come up, and the whole Wolfpack, you can all help too. I was brainstorming with Brother, because we're trying to think of, all of you are home, and I know I do like specific garment projects with the Fashion Sewing Club, which I'll fill you guys more in on that tomorrow when we have our private live Q&A. But for everyone, especially if you have kids home, I need some ideas of quick, like 1 to 2 hour live virtual classes, because we're going to do these every day next week, of anything that you guys would like. So give me some ideas for kids. Or Janet, is there something in the, like, because you have your new little grandbaby, which is adorable. How old is he now?
5 months.
Oh, 5 months. Yeah. So I always think of the same, because my sister's at home right now with 2 1-year-olds and a 3-year-old.
Wow.
And I don't know how she's doing it. I offered to do virtual babysitting. Put me on your big TV and I'll read, and I'll sing Shark Tank, Baby Shark. I think I can do that. Yes. So I need some help from you and from the whole Wolfpack. Give me ideas, and we're going to narrow it down to 5 or maybe 10 if this goes on for a long time, of things that we could do with kids or kids-centered that would also be interesting for you guys. But like very basic 101 sewing projects.
There's one thing that I made a few years ago. I'd have to find the pattern. It's a corner bookmark, and you use like the stiffer felt, and you could put Google eyes on it if you didn't have an embroidery machine. And you could put rickrack to make the teeth and make it like a dinosaur, whatever you wanted it to be. But that's something I've made before that kids, can use for reading. And
that's a great idea. So that kind of ties in with one of the ideas that I was talking about. You guys are doing great. A ton of ideas coming up here. Debbie calls you Speedy Janet. You do you sew faster than I do.
I never thought of it as fast. So, but I do always try to get things done once I start. So,
Oh, yeah.
Fast.
So I was thinking of this, and this would tie in kind of with what you're talking about, a fabric book where each day could be something different in the pages. Have you seen those? Little kids love those. And if you could piece them together in safe, ways, it depends. No, I'm not talking about 1-year-olds, but maybe the 8-year-olds
Yes.
make one for a 1-year-old.
Yes.
I have not seen those in so long.
I don't know that I've ever seen those.
Oh, Reen, that's a good one. Hair scrunchies for girls. That's a really good one.
Yes, those are good. They're very popular in middle school, scrunchies are.
It's so funny. I saw somebody do a scrunchie about maybe 6 months ago, and my younger sister and I are like, those aren't even in. Oh, yeah, they are.
Oh, they are. And evidently it's a popular thing for girls to give a boy, and it's something about liking each other. So
how did I miss this? Well, I guess it wouldn't be on my radar, but
it's after my kids' time, but that's what I understand.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh, that's a good one, Lisa. Felt stuffed animals. I'm trying to think of things that would be in your fabric stash already, so you don't have to go out and go shopping because we're not allowed to. And most of us have, well, I don't really have a lot of felt. I think I sent all my felt to my sister, but cotton, things like that. The pajama pants, that's where that one came in from.
Are you going to tell what material we need for the pajama pants? Is it fleece or flannel or?
Thank you for bringing that up. This is why I like pajama pants, because you could use cotton, you could use flannel, you could use fleece. Those might be a bit warm, but kids love fleece. I'm going to do silk because if I'm sitting around in them all the time, so I have to wash my silk. So, and this is a great time to even do that. I'm going to send out an email with all the details of this, but you have to wash your fabric first before we cut it.
Yes.
You're going to learn how to make your own pattern. So this isn't going to be like tailored pants, guys. This is just like a box with a waistband. But I could think of, let me think of a few other good ones. If you have anything with a little stretch, that's always a good one for those pants. You got any ideas for me, Janet?
Well, the only ones I made with flannel, but I'm always cold, so fleece or flannel would work for me any time of the year.
And also, you could also take an old pair. I have a couple old pairs when I was cleaning out my closet. I've been cleaning for a week because I can't do anything else, and I haven't really had the motivation to sew. I've been writing directions, but that's about it. And I have a couple of old outfits where the elastic stretched out, and I might cut those up and turn them into some pants. So you need some elastic, and you need some, if you don't have elastic, you could just do a drawstring waist, which I'm sure you can find something in the house for that, or you can use the salvage and we make a tube to make the tie. So all you need is a couple, well, it depends what size you are, but a couple yards of fabric. If you're a kiddo, probably like a half a yard.
Great idea. I might have to make my grandson some.
I know. So do you have to go, or do you want to stay live while Susan comes on here?
Either way.
All right. Why don't you hang out with us?
Okay.
Let's call. Oh, I texted her earlier so I could have her phone number right here. All right, Susan, we are calling you. And if I have a coughing fit, I won't put you on mute this time. Janet, have you been feeling okay with all this?
Yes.
Traveling stuff?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, thank goodness. And now you're working from home.
Yes, for a couple of weeks, probably.
We know you're on your lunch break.
Yes. Well, I've worked a long time since this morning getting everything set up.
I saw somebody say it's frozen. If it's frozen for you, all you have to do is click refresh.
Hello, this is Susan Fisher.
Uh-oh.
I'm not available to take your call.
Susan's out of here. She'll call me back if she was on there. It was a little bit later than when I was going to call her. Wait, is that? She's calling back. Hi, Susan.
Hi, Angela. How are you? Hi, Janet. Hi, everybody
Hi,
else.
Susan.
So what are you doing down in your neck of the woods? We are trying to come up with some fun things to do next week to keep everybody occupied, besides what we do in the Fashion Sewing Club, but some fun, easy projects. But I'm just wondering how you and Steve are doing down there.
Well, we're doing pretty good. been talking a lot about how this sort of reminds us how it was when we grew up. You know, people didn't have a lot of stuff going on after school. You ate at home, at meals at home. Gasoline prices were low. It's kind of just reminds me of back in the day when the day was current. So it's not really been too bad. I did go to the grocery store this morning, and I could have never seen shelves so empty in my entire life. It was just crazy. But anyway, we're going to manage. We're going to be all right.
I haven't been to the grocery store because of my cough, and I don't, just in case I have it, I don't want to go out. So I keep sending Win, and he just goes each day, and I'm like, could you get some coffee? And he comes back with one, no offense, Win, if you're watching this, but one thing of like one thing of coffee with one, like the Keurig stuff. I said, Win, if we're locked down for a month and I don't have coffee, I'm good. Come on.
Our grocery stores here are now doing the thing where they're opening the store from 6 to 7, real early in the morning for the elderly,
awesome.
Older retired people. I never thought I was going to be in that group, but of course I am. So there's nothing to shop for. So it's pretty weird, but people are being nice to each other. Everyone's trying to look out for their neighbor as best they can, and stores aren't staying open 24 hours a day. Things seem to be slowing down. So maybe this is, kind of a blessing in disguise to turn back the clock just a little bit to a time that wasn't quite so hectic and chaotic every day.
It's funny you say that. That's what I was mentioning to earlier. I don't know if you were on here, Janet, when it was Joe was on here. The response that I'm getting from people that I am communicating with via the internet is everybody is doing stuff with their families, which is awesome, which usually there's sporting events, there's everything going on. We're so busy. So if you have to think of one positive thing, I mean, believe it or not, we did used to play Monopoly, play cards.
Yes.
So all I said was, now just imagine if the internet goes out or
oh no,
or the TV, we're all going to be a hot mess.
Right. Oh, God, what? I mean, and it's even kind of one of those things now where you think, well, you hesitate to call folks because you think, well, they're at work, they're busy, and now you're thinking, no, they're home, they're wanting something to do, so I'm going to call them.
Yep, absolutely. So, do you have any fun ideas for? I don't know if you heard what we were talking about. Did you hear about our brother?
Yes, yes, I did. I love that idea. And Steve, he has this weird idea. He thinks we should all make face masks with embroidery on it.
Hey, you know what? That wouldn't be all bad with an emoji. These could be bad though. I don't know.
I said, if you want to do that, you can do that, dear, but I'm not going to be making that. There's been some really good ideas.
I know. I'm looking at all these. I think we have filled at least 2 weeks. When I was talking to Brian for Brothers today, I said, let me ask the Wolfpack about what they think would be great for kids and also stuff that us adults might like to make and give as a gift or something like that. So
exactly.
Speaking of gifts, today is my mother's birthday, so I just want to wish her happy
birthday.
Happy birthday to your mom.
I know. I was so bummed I was going to go see her, but again, I'm on lockdown until I get over this whatever I got.
Oh.
It's probably wise just to stay away so that you don't get to feeling worse or don't feel guilty if somebody else gets sick.
Yep, I agree. So I saw Melody. I was probably going to see her in Florida this last weekend because we were going to go to Florida and we were going to fly out on Thursday. And I said to Win, you know what? I just don't feel good about this. And he's like, oh, what difference does it make? I go, I just have a gut instinct. And I am so glad because Thursday would have been fine. But flying home yesterday would have been awful if they would have even let me on a plane.
Right.
You would have been miserable because you know how that cabin pressure is when you even when you were just starting to get a little cold, which everybody does when they fly anyway. But to be full blown and fly, it would have been miserable.
Totally miserable.
Definitely.
So what are you and Steve doing any hunkering down? I see Glenda might be popping in. If I see her face show up, I'll bring her
Yeah,
down.
actually this morning we did something that we have a meat market that's in about 20 minutes away from us into another little town. It's a family butcher shop and all of that. And I thought, okay, there's no meat here in this store, in our grocery store. So we took a little drive up there. We're chatting the whole way up there, and we get ourselves some meat and come on back. And I think we're going to change the way we shop now. This is like a farm to table kind of thing now. And I thought, there's no preservatives in this stuff. I got ground beef this morning. The guy said, we just fixed this 20 minutes ago. And I thought, okay.
Oh,
wow.
That's not bad.
And actually, we conversed the whole way up there and the whole way back.
That's awesome.
Steve posted something on Facebook the other day, and I thought, oh my gosh. But, he posts weird stuff, but he said, it's been 2 days without sports on TV. There's a woman sitting on my couch. I think she's my wife.
I don't know if my sister Julie's watching, but she just said her husband, Lloyd, she said, I don't know what he's going to do. There hasn't been sports for 2 days. And she's posted a cartoon where all the guys were watching bowling on TV reruns, and they were like high-fiving. And then what was the other one they were watching? Oh, gosh, it was so funny. We don't watch sports, so I don't pay any attention to that. But I forget that that's like a pretty big deal.
We don't watch them at our house either.
I love that.
Oh, that's wonderful. So I mentioned to you guys that my sister was supposed to have surgery at the end of this month. Well, obviously that's been canceled. So she's on a low again. So
oh, bless her heart. That's terrible, because it's not like it's just something. She's been dealing with this thing for months.
Oh yeah, actually, she found out she's been having it for years. She has a sinus thing that she thought she had allergies, and it turns out it was just something like that. So I told her, at least you'll get caught up on all your work.
There you go. And some fun things too.
Yes. And I see Glenda popped in, but I don't see her face. But Glenda, let's see if, nope, her face is not showing up. So she didn't pop in.
Oh, I've got an IT question for you.
Sure.
I'm trying to get ready so that I could do the camera and the mic thing. And I know you said we needed to use Google Chrome. Does it have to be set as the default browser in order to activate?
I don't think so. Well, you would want it as a default browser, because if you click the link, it will actually take you to whatever your default browser is. But you can also copy the link and put it right into Chrome.
Oh, okay. Okay. That sounds good. I think I can do that.
Oh, all that's fantastic. So
we'll have to work on the hair a little bit, though, for that day.
I don't know.
That's funny. Everybody's thinking about fishing. So that's tomorrow for all of you Fashion Swing Club members. We have our live chat. Is it at noon tomorrow?
Yes.
Yeah, at
Eastern
noon.
Standard Time.
And I have a surprise for the Fashion Swing Club tomorrow, too. I've been really busy this week at the computer. I literally go from, I think Janice posted this comment today. They closed clubs. Did you guys see what she wrote? They closed clubs, bars, restaurants, and gyms. And she said, my life is totally normal.
Exactly.
I thought that was great. So I built a gym in my basement years ago because I like to get up at super early, and I'm not going to fix my hair to go to the gym. So I literally have been wearing my pajama pants, going from the computer down to the basement to work out, the computer back and forth. So I've been writing a lot of directions and some fun patterns that weren't even on the Richter scale that I'll be showing tomorrow. So, hey, it's a good time to veg. And my new kitty, comes to the back door every morning and every night. Doesn't come in because it's like a stray cat. The best fed stray cat there is.
Yeah.
That's why it keeps coming back.
Between, you're just home number 3, but that's okay.
Susan, that's what Wynn said. You're not the only. He's got a whole route. Well, don't ruin my ego here, okay?
But you're his favorite.
I'm his favorite.
That's right. You're his favorite.
All right. Well, Susan, thank you for popping in to say hi. Do you have any inspirational stories you want to share with everyone to give them a positive note for the day besides what you already have?
I will tell you something that happened to I belong to this sewing ministry, and we make little T-shirt dresses for girls overseas. Some of the girls also make shorts, and some make sanitary pads, and some make diapers and baby caps. But we were kind of running low on supplies. So because of you, I bought an embroidery machine, it's my own fault that I haven't done more with it. But at any rate, because of that, I'm on from SoTech, which is the brother distributor here in town. I'm on their mailing list. So it was about a month or so ago, I got this email from them saying, if anyone was interested in acquiring some donated fabric, then please contact them. So I called the person who heads us up, and I said, if you want some donated fabric, you need to call them and probably call them today. Well, she went over there and took one of the dresses that, a couple of the dresses that we've made and that kind of thing. And she said they donated 76 bolts of fabric to our group.
Wow.
And she said, and we were getting to the point where we were running low on fabric that we were probably going to have to disband. So because of your little seed to make me go get an embroidery machine to be involved with SoTech helped us get more fabric.
That's amazing.
And SoTech, thank you. That is really cool. You might hate me in a few months with the embroidery machine, Susan, because it's very addictive.
Yeah.
Just go with the first part. That was very positive.
All right.
That's so awesome, though. How cool is that?
That is amazing.
You just never know what the butterfly effect is going to be if anything that anybody does. That's the point too.
Oh, definitely.
And, speaking of some of the businesses, I was talking with a few friends, and I said, some of these dealers, some of these fabric stores that have closed their doors, they're doing everything online. I told them if they want to come, we could do a virtual, everybody come on screen and do a virtual. So I know a lot of them are doing delivery where you can pull up if you need your machine fixed, things like that, but you don't know about it unless you ask. So we'll have to stay tuned for that. But that's really cool that they did that. And that's a lot of fabric. Are you going to be putting all that in your house?
No. I have 4 bolts myself, but no, I did not want it to start taking over my house. I've got enough things that take over that I don't want to her place, and she's kind of the coordinator. So I thought that's perfect. So at least we're on now to be in their circle of donatees or donated to. So that's awesome.
That's awesome. That's very cool. Well, that's an awesome story. And you've got everyone here saying that is super cool. I love hearing stuff like this.
Me too.
All right. Say hi to Steve, and I will see you tomorrow live at noon.
Yes, you will. Thanks. Talk to you later. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
I thought of something, Angela.
Yeah.
Saturday is my 33rd wedding anniversary.
It is.
I'm really old.
Well, actually, Glenda had an anniversary too. That's 2 this week. 33 is on Saturday. Glenda DeYoung,
Yeah.
what was your anniversary this week? They were supposed to be on a cruise. I sent her a little gift before she left that she can't share with you guys yet. But and the cruise got canceled, obviously.
Oh.
Did you have plans that you were supposed to do that got
No,
canceled?
Felicia and the kids are coming in this weekend, hopefully still.
Are they driving?
Yes. It's
Okay.
like 2.5 hours away.
Oh, that's not bad. Oh, gosh.
So-
Well, happy anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
And there were a ton of birthdays this week, too, with the Wolfpack. I
Yes.
remember, I think Lisa, Bonnie, all of you that have birthdays this week, happy birthday, especially to my mother. I see Janice asked a quick question. Any update on your embroidery design release? The new ones, Janice, are not supposed to release until the end of June, but now that I'm going to be home for a while, that could be faster. So, well, Janet, I will let you go, and I'm going to give a quick tour of my clean office that I've been doing. Give you guys some organizing ideas. But Janet, thank you for joining us. Happy anniversary.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye.
Great ideas.
Okay.
That was so awesome that she could come live. I love it when you guys can come live because it gives a personality to all of us, and you can put a face with a personality, with a name. We do this on Fashion Sewing Club all the time, and it's growing even more. So let's see. Happy anniversary. 29 years on Monday. Oh my gosh. Is that you, George? That's congratulations. Trying to tell if that's George Moore or Susan Moore. We've got like 3 Moores in our group. Linda says happy birthday to all. So would you guys like a quick tour of what I've been doing for 3 days? Well, actually 7 days. I have been cleaning, and I think I can give you a few ideas and tips for, organizing. And if you don't feel like it, then Well, we'll just see. I see Glenda's still popping in, but I don't see her face. If I see her face, I'll come back and let her in. So let me take the comments down, and I will. Oh, it's Zelda. Hey, Zelda. Happy anniversary. Now I know which more you are. Okay, you ready? I'm going to take you to a different camera, and we are going to go take a quick tour. All right. Can you hear me okay? Yes? Give me a thumbs up. I'll wait to see your comment to make sure. Let me go check. Hold on. All right, you say yes, you can. I think that's a yes. I'm double checking one more time. Hold on. Okay, yes, perfect. So I'm not going to take you back to the office area, which would be back here. That's where the lights are off because I'm not working in there today. But next time. That one isn't quite finished being cleaned. So the last little area that I have to clean is right behind me. This is my pressing area. I know some of you have seen this area before. So this is, I have 2 more stacks to put away, but that's it. So this is my pressing area. I have everything with my iron. I have everything with my iron hooked into that light because that iron never shuts off. So you know what happens? If I accidentally leave that on for a whole week while I'm out of town, that's not good. I'm actually going to hook up a Wi-Fi outlet to there so I can always check it. I'm so bad at that, but at least the light, when I leave, all my lights turn off. So that's one little idea for you. Those are my last 2 little piles to put away. But I just thought, yeah, no, I'm wearing, this is the Rachel twin set. Very casual today. But I pulled this one out of the closet. I've been wearing sweatpants every day, and I figured I at least could dress up for you guys today, right? Until Saturday when we make our pajama pants. All right, so over here, I'll just give you on a little tour. You can see back here. Back there is where I hang all my patterns. I've shown you this before, but I'll bring it up again for all of you newbies. So this is a pattern hook. This is just a hook. I have these on my website. I might have run out of stock, but I just got a whole new batch in. So these are pattern hooks, but instead of, because I'm just using paper and not corkboard and stuff like that, I use these little office clips. You see right here. And so I put this through like here. All right, hang this up, and I can take my paper that I print off for my patterns and hang them. And I can have a whole bunch of little pieces together. It just is so organized. And then I just line these up on that curtain rod back there. So I'll see if you can see back there. See that? And they work out really well. So some of it, you know, is cardboard pattern. Some of it's muslin fabrics. All right, down here, this is where I organize all of my bolts. So these are organized, believe it or not, by type of fabric. So down here is all denim. So all of you that have signed up for my pants class in the fall, which hopefully all of this is gone by then, the good news is, well, we have 14 people. So hopefully by then we can at least have 14 people. But this is all like stretch fabric that will make great pants, jeans. I've got a lot of white denim that I've been hiding from you guys. I've got some other denim here. This is a good stretch denim. There's a lot of fun stuff. So while I was cleaning, I was trying to go through what I could possibly get rid of, and there's nothing. I can't get rid of any of this at this point because every piece of this fabric was something special. Now, some of this is online, but then I have up here, this is all knits. So I've got, you've seen me wear this shirt. I still have about a bolt of this. This is a rayon knit. This is one of my favorites. And this is really bad, but I just ordered 18 more bolts of fabric that will be here next week. And I figure if we're stuck inside, we might as well have a little fun. And the prices will be amazing. So you guys will be pretty excited about this, especially if you're stuck at home. this right here, this is that new fabric that I just about busted my back last week on. That is that stretch. It's workout wear. It's a polyester and spandex. It is great for workout wear, which you will see more of that tomorrow. We got 100 yards. And so far, I've only used one. So there's a lot for you guys. All right, so let's see, what else do we have? Hold on one second. Okay. All of my security cameras are on, so every time I move, they keep going off on alert. So sorry if you keep hearing that. All right, so the next place I organize. Now, if you guys remember, in the past, I had over here some fabric. Now I put a nice mirror. I've got my dress forms, a couple of these here, and I have a mirror so I can actually do fitting. Now, I used to have in my old studio an entire wall of mirrors. The only bad part is when you're taking pictures, like if I'm taking a picture like this, you can see the mirror that goes over there. So I have a smaller mirror, good enough for a fitting. Next year when we do our pants class, I've got the huge mirrors downstairs where you need to be able to see around people to do fittings. But since I don't do that much here anymore, I just need one small mirror for myself. All right, let's keep going. I'm gonna just bring you around. I'll do this without making you seasick. So now I have moved over here. This is my horn cabinet machine that I use in my cabinet, and my Stillaire that I use for sewing a lot right now. And I've been doing a lot of the Feature Friday tutorials. This horn cabinet, you guys saw this a long time ago, but it's taller, so I can stand and sew or sit higher, which I absolutely love that. All right, I have to move slowly because I don't want to pull any cords out of the way. Over here, okay, this is as far as I get to go. So I'll just zone you in. I organized a lot of my bolts down here. That's all my workout fabric on the bottom right, which I'm working on for the next season of It's So Easy. So we got a ton of sportswear coming. There's my Liz dress, a lot of black fabric. Notice that. We all need black workout wear, right? Back here, I moved my 6 needle to the corner because I use that more often than anything else. And just reorganized my thread a little bit, the ones on the wall. That's the cabinet that came here. You guys might have seen that from Mel in Atlanta. I think he still has a few more if you're looking to get organized. I love that cabinet. It's so cool. And now here on the back wall, I added my fabric. I just kind of made it a little bit different. So just so you can see this, this here is movable. This is my luminaire, which I'm always embroidering on. So I could put it on a table for sewing, but why not put it on this huge cutting table? And look underneath. This is how I organize my elastic and things like that. So I'll show you down there. I've got some bins down here. This is elastic. This is chalk, marking pens. It looks like trim, a little bit more embroidery, stabilizer, and yarn, because I just have to have yarn. I love the color of it, but I'm also working on some couching projects. But this thing moves. It's on wheels. See? I got this at Joann Fabrics years ago. It also has bins on the other side, so I can do a lot of storage in there. And that's where I've been doing my embroidery. You recognize this on the top. For Blaine over in California there. That works out really well. It looks nice on there. So this also folds down and it's a cutting table, but it can also move out of the way. So let's just say that I'm filming today and I need this out of the way, I can move it. It doesn't move as easily as that cabinet over there, but it does move. All right, so over here I have, these are fabrics that I'm just working on right now, which if you notice, I might have changed some of them from last week because they're just smaller cuts of things that I'd like to work on pretty soon. There's still that sequin stuff I've had for a little while that I'm dying to work on. I've got some knits, a lot of buttons, beads, you name it. All right, now let's move over here. My dress form that I've been fitting my pants on. And there's my thread. Now, yesterday I was working over here, so it's a little bit messy. I moved my PQ 1500 to the table because that has wheels and moves around. And you can see my little storage container there from Kelly and Sharon. I've got my serger, my cover stitch, and of course my thread. Over here, I just have a few dress forms. On this little hanger here are some jackets cut out. Still from before I did Sew Easy, believe it or not. But they're Chloe trunches, and I figure if I'm going to be home for a while, it's a perfect time for that. Here's another cutting area that I use quite often. You guys don't usually see this side of the studio very much, so let's see if I can get you over here without getting you seasick. I just got a new, those are some cabinets to put together. Gotta love that. Back there is my break room and kitchen area. And I've set this up over here now as a photography area, which you can see I've been working, I moved everything onto the white platform because I was vacuuming yesterday. Yeah. So that's the gist of it. So if I step back here, you can see this is where, this is a whole overview of the studio from back here. It's looking pretty good. And now I just need to, I'm going to move this back. Hold on. And I'll meet you guys back at the other camera. I don't have a fabric problem, right? That's not, but I have plenty of fabric to be home for a while. All right, so what did you think of that? Pretty cool, huh? So it's clean. It's like so spotless you could eat off the floors right now. And my office just needs a little bit of filing. In the far back over there where I didn't show you, that's where we do all the shipping. That's spotless. It's so clean right now that I don't even know what to do with myself. It is looking good though. A clean studio is like, I prefer that. And I know sometimes I'm going from one event to the other and things get piled up. And I always joke that I don't have OCD, but I definitely need some. So I think I'm working on it really good. Yep. Tell Steve that those cubicle, that box needs to be put together this afternoon. Peg, you need to buy yourself a bank. So Peg, have you been flying lately, by the way, in all this on your private plane? Just curious. So those were some tips for you on organizing. I didn't really give you tips. I just gave you a little view of what's going on. Sandy says she wants a cover stitch machine. The double cover stitch is what I was using yesterday on all my workout pants. So, well, guys, make it messy then. Best thing for a clean studio, totally. Well, you guys, thank you so much for joining today. It was so great to see you. I was worried that I wouldn't have enough of a voice. Hey, Liz, tell me you finally got your pattern. Oh, poor Liz. She had bought the Chloe, and I'd given her the PDF, and so she didn't show up for shipping. So she officially got like the very last Chloe. Sorry, it wasn't on purpose. Renee's in Florida. Let's see. Oh gosh, Peg. So you're in Wisconsin. Did any of you guys get stuck anywhere? I know that one of Lloyd's daughters was on one of those overseas cruises for the whole semester, and they didn't get to go to half of the countries, and they just flew her back from Africa. So yeah, it kind of puts a chaos on everything. But you know what? You got to make the best of it. Know that you have, oh, good, Liz. Know that you have sewing friends here, the Wolfpack. We have a great group. It's a positive group, and we share a lot of talent, and we've all become friends. So tomorrow at noon, we have the Fashion Sewing Club private Q&A, live members only, but you should join because it's a lot of fun. Mark your calendar for Saturday, noon Eastern Standard Time. I will send you more information tomorrow. If you don't get my newsletter, this is where you have to go to get that. Just go to, here you go, fashionsewingwithangelawolf.com. That's my blog. click down on the right-hand side, sign up for the newsletter. And I will give you details of where the sew along is going to be, how you can watch, how you can participate. And then we have some other things every day next week. And you guys gave me some great ideas. Thank you. Not that I don't have kids at home, I don't, but I do have a lot of nieces and nephews. And if you need a virtual babysitter, just call me. I could do it for like an hour, right? I'm reading this. Oh gosh, you guys are really busy. So the other thing I noticed with all of this is don't forget, if you have a neighbor or somebody around you that maybe needs help. Somebody sent my mom the cutest note, her neighbor, they're the sweetest people, and said, Linda, if you need any groceries, we're going out. So keep that in mind, especially for the ones who are at higher risk, if it's their health or their age. One little act of kindness can never go too far. So if you got a grocery shop for them or something like that, go for it. All right, you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow and Saturday. Bye.